Flash fiction, The Handyman. A handyman lives near us, about a 5-minute drive or maybe 4 minutes. To tell you the truth, he's my wife's relative. He's old. He can fix anything. But since he's old, I don't like to bug him. Also, he knows I'm useless. But bugging an old man to come fix your leaking sink? It's not right. By evening, I decided to take another look at the sink. Handyman Satan whispered to me, "Tell her to call her relative. He can fix the sink. You're wasting time." After removing everything under the sink and wiping it dry, I saw water dripping down the tube that came from the faucet. I had to detach the tube, but couldn't figure out how. I took a picture and asked ChatGPT about it. It told me how to detach it. I've almost laughed out loud thinking about people who believe AI will become Skynet. AI helped me with my sink. Handyman Satan whispered, "How will your family cook tomorrow? You need to fix this immediately. The more time you spend on this, the more time you waste. You don't know what you are doing." The morning after my wedding 25 years before, our car had a flat tire. I took out the car manual to figure out what to do. My wife laughed at me and never stopped. Home Depot did not have the tube I needed to replace. I spent 15 minutes in the supply line aisle looking at supply lines. I gave up and asked an employee who told me there was no one to help me. He came to the same aisle after taking a picture of my tube and running it through what looked like an internal Home Depot app. While he hunted, my wife called and asked where I was. "How do you know what part to get?" she asked. I wanted to tell her that I figured it out on my own. I wanted to say that I got my hands dirty and crawled under the sink and pulled my shirt down so my crack wouldn't show. I wanted to say I didn't have to ask her relative, the nice old man who would help if we asked. The Home Depot employee showed me a tube. I told him it wasn't the right one. "I'll let you go," my wife said. "See you at home," I said. Handyman Satan opened his mouth to whisper something then shut it. I told the employee, "I've already looked in this aisle." "Oh, if it's not here, we don't have it," he said and left. When I got home, I put the defective tube under the sink. My wife asked me what happened and I told her every detail. "Okay," she said and went to bed.